Hello friends, welcome back to Wawa AS. Welcome to the discussion on daily MCQ. Today is 14th of October 2021 and now we are going to discuss 5 questions based on the current affairs. तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं. But first let us discuss the question that was asked yesterday, and yesterday's question was, which of the following leaf modification occurs in the desert areas to inhibit water loss? Because as you know, in the desert the water quantity will be very less, so the plants should reduce the amount of water that is being evaporated. So what is the modification that the plant does to itself? That is the question. So the first one is hard and waxy leaf, second one tiny leaves, third one thorns instead of leaves. So we have to choose the correct option: A 2 and 3, B 2 only, C 3 only, and D 1 2 and 3. You have to choose the correct option. So the correct option is D 1 2 and 3. So the hard and waxy leaves is one of the typical characteristics of the desert plants, because if they are hard and waxy, then the water evaporation will reduce. Next one is the tiny leaves, because if you see, if the size of the leaves is small, then the area or the surface area which is being exposed to the sun is actually reduced. So then the evaporation of the water is also reduced. Then the third one is the thorns instead of leaves. If you see cactus, then you can observe this. So for the cactus you will have thorns instead of leaves. So because of this, what is going to happen is that the amount of water which is being evaporated also reduces. Okay, now let's move on, guys. The PDF for the discussion, which contains the questions and the solutions, will be available in our Telegram channel. So you can download it at free of cost from our Telegram channel. The Telegram channel details are there in the description. So please do have a look at it. Now let's look at the first question. The first question is, consider the following statements with respect to the Digi Saksham initiative. First one, under it, free cost of training in the digital skills, including basic skills as well as advanced computing, will be provided to the youth from rural and semi-urban areas. Okay. Second one, the initiative is launched by METI. So you have to choose the correct option, and the correct option is A 1 only, because this is an initiative launched by the Ministry of Labour, and not METI. Okay. So the Ministry of Labour and Employment has launched this Digi Saksham initiative, and it's an initiative with the Microsoft India in an extension of the government's ongoing program to support youth from rural and semi-urban areas. Through this Digi Saksham initiative, the free of cost training in the digital skills, including the basic skills as well as advanced computing, will be provided to more than 3 lakh youth in the first year. The job seekers can access the training through National Career Service Portal. The Digi Saksham will be implemented in the field by Aga Khan Rural Support Program. Under the initiative, there will be basically 3 types of training: Digi Skills, WILT model training, and ILT model training for the instructors. The ILT training, which is an in-person training, would be conducted by the Model Career Centers and National Career Centers for SC and ST across the country, and the students will be able to access training in the areas like JavaScript, data visualization, advanced Excel, the Power BI, HTML, programming languages, software development fundamentals, introduction to coding, etc. Right? Now let's look at the second question. The second question is, the Global Girlhood Report 2021, Girls' Right in the Crisis, is released by A. World Economic Forum, B. UNICEF, C. Save the Children, and D. European Union. You have to choose the correct option, and the correct option is C. Save the Children. Okay, so this was recently released, so that's why this was in news. So the NGO called Save the Children recently released this Global Girlhood Report 2021. Okay, now let's look at the next question. Third question, which of the following provision of the Constitution of India have a bearing on education? First one, directive principle of state policy. Second one, rural and urban local bodies. Third one, 6th schedule, and fourth one, 7th schedule. It's a previous year CSE question from 2012. So we have to choose the correct option: A 1 and 2, B 3 and 4, C 1 2 and 4, and D 1 2 3 and 4. So if you see these provisions in the Constitution, the DPSP contains provisions related to education. Under the 86th Constitutional Amendment Act, provisions were inserted. Even before also you have these provisions, like initially the right to education is part of the DPSP, but later on it was made a fundamental right. So first one is right. Second one, rural and urban local bodies. This is also right, because if you see, the rural and urban local bodies, they have the function with regard to the education. So second one is right. With regard to management of the primary and secondary schools, generally lies with the panchayats. Okay, so second one is also right. And third one, if you see the 6th schedule, so with the 6th schedule and 7th schedule, the important thing is that more rights are being given to the local bodies. More power is being given to the local bodies. So the local bodies have the provision with related to education where they can manage the schools, the primary schools, and construct as well. So the 6th and 7th schedule also have provisions related to education. So D 1, 2, 3 and 4 is the correct answer. Okay, so the same thing is being explained here. You can just go through it once. Right, now let's look at the next question. The fourth question: consider the following statements with respect to Konka La. It's a pass. Okay, so first statement is it is a low mountain pass on the line of actual control between India and China in eastern Ladakh. Second one, it lies on a spur of the Karakoram range that intrudes into the Changchenmo valley. You have to choose the correct option. A 1 only, B 2 only, C both 1 and 2, and D neither 1 nor 2. So this is with regard to Kongla Pass, and the correct option is C both 1 and 2. The Kongla Pass is a low mountain pass on the line of actual control between India and China in the eastern Ladakh, and it lies on the spur of the Karakoram range that intrudes into the Changchenmo valley. Okay, so recently the talks between the senior military commanders of India and China to find a solution to the 17-month long Ladakh standoff have run into rough weather. The Konga La is a low mountain pass on the line of actual control between India and China in the eastern Ladakh. It lies on a spur of the Karakoram range that intrudes into the Changchenmo valley adjacent to the disputed Aksai Chin region. Both of these are close to the Changchenmo river in the Galwan sector on the LAC in the eastern Ladakh. Right? Now let's move on and let's look at the fifth question. With reference to the cabinet mission plan, which of the following statements are correct? First one, it recommended a federal government. Second one, it enlarged the powers of the Indian courts. And third one, it provided for more Indians in the Indian civil services. So we have to choose the correct option. We have to choose the correct option. A 1 only, B 2 and 3, C 1 and 3, and D none of the above. And the correct option is A 1 only. It's a previous year CSE question of 2015. So the only thing is that the cabinet mission plan, which came after the August offer and the Cripps mission. So what they suggested is that it recommended for a federal government. This is right. But the other two, if you see, it enlarged the powers of the Indian courts and it provided for more Indians in the civil services. These two are wrong statements. So A1 only is the correct answer. The cabinet mission plan came in 1946, has proposed that there shall be a Union of India which should be empowered to deal with the defense, foreign affairs and communication. The Union and the legislature were to have limited powers dealing with finance, foreign affairs and communication. The Union would have powers necessary to raise the finances to manage the subjects. All subjects other than Union subjects and all residuary powers would be vested in the provinces. Thus, the cabinet mission plan proposed a weak center with a provincial autonomy, essentially proposing a federal structure of the government. Right? So this is all about the cabinet mission plan. Now let's look at the question of the day. The question of the day is, with reference to Indian freedom struggle, Usha Mehta is well known for A. running the secret Congress radio in the wake of Quit India movement, B. participating in the second roundtable conference, C. leading a contingent of Indian National Army, D. assisting in the formation of interim government under Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. So do give your answer in the comment box and tomorrow we will discuss this question. So that's it guys from my side. I'll see you again tomorrow with 5 more MCQs. Till then keep studying and stay tuned. Jai Hind.